affected by the flood? That is the fundamental question. Before ever whatever is being distributed by the state committee comes, what did or what is the local government chairman, what are they doing? What is their committee doing at the various local government, whether it's now or west? Do you have a flood committee there? And what is the council doing with its own provisions to ease the impact of the flood effect on its people? In Aoda East, what do you have going on your own? In Ogba, Egbema, and Inoyigbo. Oh, Inoyigbo. What is on ground? What is on ground in Oyigbo? What is on ground? What does the chairman put in place? So this is the committee. What are they working with? What are they working with? What is the budget? What are the provisions? The various companies that are in these various local governments operating, doing business, have they had meetings with the chairman? As the chairman said, okay, this is what we are supporting, no support us, so do this. So I remember about 2 different years ago, with my foundation and trying to seek support and collaboration with some people. I know one of them was WAPAN, had fantastic at the time. They were very fantastic and eager to support and help to afford drinking water to people in some of those areas in Aoda West especially. And I'll be thinking in my head, like, the council itself can do more than this because they have more reach, they have more authority, more power. They should be able to. So what have they been doing? Because on the news, honestly, we have not heard. It's always the Rivers State Flood Committee, the local government committees in call. Which is why I said this conversation is about you, because if you know that you are living in a local government that is affected by the flood, please, we need to know, you need to tell us not what state has done or what state committee has brought, because now we know that whether it's relief materials, rice and trucks filled with relief materials, food and beddings, and the rest of them have been sent in trucks to the local governments I mentioned, Aoda East, Aoda West, Ogba, Egbema, and Doni local government areas. But what has before these things came and the flood has been hitting since, all the council chairmen that came in, what did they set up for that? We would like to find out from you who live in those flood affected areas. What have your council been doing on its own? Do they still have a local flood committee? And if they do, what has the local flood committee been doing? Because on the news, they are not talking to anybody, at least that I know of. If you have been talking to people, you have not talking to anybody on Wazobia and Nigeria Info, then you have not talked. You have not talked. By now, that should be a well-established fact. If you have been talking to people, but you have not talked to Nigeria Info and Wazobia, you have not talked. So we need to find out, because as much as the state government has a role to play, because everybody thinks it's getting more money, everybody's calling on the governor. There's a reason why they conduct elections for council chairmen. There's a reason why they conduct elections. Otherwise, council chairman would have been appointed. There's a reason why they conduct elections. There's a reason why they have allocation. There's a reason why they generate revenue there. There's a reason why people there pay tax to those councils. So these are the times where you're supposed to be asking your council chairman, what are you doing? How many of these councils have their local flood committees working? What is the budget? What plans did they draw up? How come we never hear anything? How come none of the council chairmen have even spoken on the news? They have not come to sit down in any. I've not heard them in any of the radio stations. Maybe you have. At least I can say I've not heard them here. Sit down. Those of them affected by flood, to say, talk to our people, this is what we are doing, this is what we have, this is what our committee is doing, these are the steps we have. Okay, after the flood, this is also the plan we have as a local government. Have you heard? Let us know what's happening. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0002. There was a fight of boundary dispute, Igbo area, I think, Abi, if I'm not mistaken. The way they were quoting court judgment, and they had this place, you can't come here. Okay, this flood that is affecting people in Oyigbo, this is the committee, this is the work that they have. This is the plan we have to help people who are currently being affected. This is the plan we have to help people return back to their houses safely. These are the things that at this time, as it concerns this flood, we should be hearing from the councils that are affected now. So how come we haven't heard any of these things, and all we hear in the news is the state committee, and it's almost like they are waiting for what state committee will bring, and then that's what they will share. But they are also getting monies, allocations, the revenue. What are they doing? 0817-923-0007, 0817-923-0002. Let's start with Rumokuta. Chima, good morning.
Mr. Ifiemi, good morning.
Yeah, go on.
I refuse to be deprived this morning. In unfortunately, I'm not staying in the flood-affected area. But the issue is that if we have actually believed justice for one, justice for all, then we should all contribute. Even if you could remember, I have said this thing before when you were superintending a show about this local government chairman, that how many have been held up. And you told me that even if they are not in your radio, that it's still cool. I said no. That even they didn't come.
Chima did not told you that too. I never said that.
There might be silent achievers. That's what you said now.
No. Chima, I didn't. Chima, I remember vividly. I told you. I said even the leader that most of them follow, which is the FCT minister, had said openly that he does not need the permission of the president before he addresses people of the FCT. At least minimum once every month, he must have a sit down with the media and talk to the people of the FCT. So if they are following him and he's a leader to many of them who he is, how come they are not doing like he's doing? That was the question. That was the response I gave you.
Understand now, Ifiemi. Now you could just imagine. Because of, I know when your NGO did that thing, we recommended you here, even Chief from Yenegua, we shared it at large, even on Facebook, we did everything for you. Now, those flooded area, what is happening? If somebody comes now and says, we have only 3 local government chairmen in River State, you will not doubt it. We have Chief Deloitte, we have Chief Wallo, we have Chima Doku of Eche. Now again, if those people are being affected by a flood area, you wouldn't say how they would have been acting. It is not about all these things. It's the proactive thing you're talking about. And this elections we are done, and I have said it before that there is no need, if Tinubu has said that you have to hold the locals accountable because he is not depriving anybody from the allocation. Why don't you go to a local government, press the gate, shut the place down, expostulate, shout loud and out. Even if the government is said to come, but the local government chairman, I went to what are they calling it, Onibu. Even if that is the government, let me say government, whatever, too. Because the local government don't buy normal hardcore and fill the place. You cannot, if the place is not motorable, you can't even pass there. But have a local government.
All right, Chima, quickly, let's hear from Ida in Nkoro. We have a commercial around the corner. Emeka is also on the line. Ida, good morning.
Yeah, first of all, I'll comment on the local government. It's fine. What's up? What is you in Corrupt Kingdom? Brother, it raised like this, and it's an opportunity to create the sort of last people for us now. Now, not everything. We need to like this. But for that does not mean that water will come up every day. If this is that bring to us for us, and
No. I think Ida, you have said this a lot of times. We would make arrangements for it, and I think another person that also asked me to come is Temple. So we would make arrangements for it. Really, we would work out something. Emeka Inelele, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning.
See, let me tell you something. Some callers are just eye service.
In
as far as Emeka is concerned.
But let's leave the callers, Emeka. I understand that some of them might be our service according to you, but leave the callers alone. The issue on ground.
No. We let us correct ourselves.
If they said something out of place, I'm pretty sure I would have addressed it.
They have a particular interest. Maybe you want them to appoint you as SA or this. They say the truth. Don't sugarcoat anything. FCC and the minister of FCT is trying, but his followers are the one destroying his political structure. Look, when he was a governor in River State here, he touched all the local government. When this local government chairman, most of them are busy hard buying property, purchasing land grab, especially Obiaba and Eti. What is their project? They should show us their project in 60 days in office. So every time you come here, you can gain them, hype them, because you are looking for political relevancy. I don't behave like that. Look at the Chidinoy now in my own local government. By 100 days in office, he will be commissioning road at Eba. That is what we want to hear, not chasing.
All right, Emeka, thank you.
Like,
But I will still repeat, allow the callers, everybody with their opinion. Let's go on a commercial now. We'll continue shortly. All right, the conversation continues here on the Morning Crossfire. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Let's get back into it. We're discussing the relief materials that recently was sent by the Rivers State Flood Prevention Committee. And the question has been, what are the local government chairmen in those local government areas that are affected by the flood doing? Possibly they are doing something, but they are not talking about it. I don't know. And I don't see how that works. However, we need to know. People need to begin to ask these questions. People need to begin to hold accountable even more the council chairman, because, like I said, there's a reason why they conduct elections for local governments. If they didn't want to hold them responsible, they would have been appointing them. But they conduct elections. They have their own government, basically, that they run. So more questions. People who live in those areas should be asked, what is my council doing? This flood that come, what are they providing? Okay, yes, the state from the center from its own through its own committee is sending relief materials. And what are council chairmen sending to their people? What relief are they bringing to their people? How are they moving around to source for relief, to say, oh, okay, we don't have too much money, but we might not have cash enough to get these materials. Okay, but there are other ways we can get these things for our people. What are they doing? Why are we not hearing? People in Aoda West, Aoda East, in Ogba Egbema, in Endoni. Why are we not, Igbo, why are we not hearing? Do you even have flood committees at those local government areas? Do they have their own local government flood committees? And why are we not hearing anything from them? Big questions that need answers. And the only people that can tell us what the reality is you that live there. So if you know that you live in any of these areas affected by the flood, and the council, the flood committee for the council, not state owned, the local government owned, have done anything or are doing anything to help ease the impact the flood has on you, or if there's been an improvement from how they treated you the last time you were displaced from your house, or it's the same place they've been taking you to all these years. When the flood comes, that's what they take you to and just keep you there, and we don't know how many. In fact, another big question I think we should ask, very critical: do they exhaust the bags of rice and everything that people donate to these local government areas during the flood period to feed people? Because the way they eat, they'll tell you they're not eating well. They are managing it. So there's no how you're telling me that sometimes over 100 bags of rice finish. No, I can't believe that. Because I've gone to some of these places and you see the bags of rice, and then the people that tell you that they don't eat that much. It's not like they eat morning, afternoon, evening, And even when they are eating the money, it's not like they eat one big plate to give them enough. So the question now is not everybody even affected by the flood goes to where they pick as a site for displaced persons. Not everybody that affected by the flood goes there. Some people just live on the road. Some people travel to other places. I'm telling you, the people that live in some of those places that are provided for displaced persons are not up to 1,000. I can say that one. I've seen some from the past years. Meanwhile, the food stuff that is donated, materials donated, are they telling me that in that couple of weeks that these people are there, they exhaust all of those food stuff? If they don't, who keep tabs on how many bags of rice they ate? The ones that are remaining, where do they take it to? What do they use it for? These are all info. This is information that should be made known to the public. This is something that at the end the flood committee should be seated here in the studio, giving us a breakdown in our local government. See how we did. See what we did. This is how it came. That's what they call, you are giving empirical facts and numbers and figures and data. Unfortunately, I don't think we have never seen this happen across all the local governments affected by flooding. There's no one that has given a detailed breakdown of how they did what they did during the flood, after the flood, and what is left. What are they doing now is a big question. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. Or you can call 0817-923-0007. Any of these numbers to get through to us this morning. On WhatsApp, send a message to 0809-030-6416. This one says, Nigeria needs, what is it? Andrew, until we see the need for accountability and possible probing of leaders in positions of of leadership, nothing will be accounted for in local government too. Even at the local government. That's the reason why people still clamor at least for a democratically elected leader who have made impacts in little he or she was bestowed with to serve before entrusting them with much. It beams. Very valid point. Like I just said, we have never seen them tell us, oh, we got 100 bags of rice. So we by the time the people went back, after everything, they went back to their houses, the bags of rice that was left was 10 was remaining. That 10 that is now remaining, where did it go to? What are we using it for? Progress in Outer West is on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yes, let's hear you, please. Progress.
Thank you for this session you are giving to us now. I want to say that the people of Outer West, especially Okobe, my own community, we have seen hell in the past few years. And this idea of setting up a committee that will share December palliative by themselves or for themselves is not working. See, Andrew, I want to tell you that most of those food stuff that you are hearing, if you see what reach my people, in fact, particularly I don't go there to collect. I decide not to go because my father went there and came back. He came back with 1 cup of rice. Of all the bags of rice that they are mentioning,
they'll give one rubber.
And then they have half fish, like this ice fish,
they'll cut it into two.
Cut it for 3 persons. Half of it, the head or the tail. Is that what the government should be doing for the people? For a whole 2, 3, 4 farms that have been destroyed, and that the person will eat for 1 year before another farming season and all that. Let's stop all this committee thing. This committee is named fraud prevention.
What are they preventing?
What prevention are they doing? Nothing. So the name prevention should be removed from that committee. And then you are talking about the local government. I'm not really here to speak for them. What I know is that the local government even needs help because the local government headquarters is also flooded. So the local government chairman is running.
Which is a big question. I know where the local government. I've been there. I've been to the local government. I know how that area is. How come here in
a higher place to stay and see what he can do? So I think that the federal government and the state government have more to do. Now we'll be using the money for local government that are supposed to construct roads, that we are supposed to do other these things to service the people running away from fraud. Why the other local government will be using their own to build schools and all that? This is not fair. It's not fair to the people of Orochi and the people of Outer West. And when we mention this flood, people will be talking about flood from Okiako. This one is rain flood. We're talking about opening of dam. Our people are suffering. Yet from 2020 now, no farm, no nothing. Go there and see hunger.
Thanhank you, Progress. I feel your pain because a few times when we have been there, some of the farmers are even tired of talking. They're like, it's the same thing now. We talk to you, they will not come and do anything new. They'll still come and give us 1 yam and 2 bag cup of rice and 1 half fish. You heard from Progress. I didn't say to. I've gone to see some myself in the past, and which is why I asked, because one of my visits, I was taken to the storehouse where they keep the donations, because then we went, like I said, I had to work with Wapan, and we went and we had trucks of water, and so we had to go to the storehouse to drop, and you see bags of rice, so in my head I was calculating, like, are you telling me that these people in that place we saw that are not up to 1,000 finish this whole bag, or are you telling me that they share this whole thing to the whole community? BOB now, good morning.
Ifiemi.
Yes.
What you are saying this morning is the truth. It's a pathetic story. What I want the deputy governor to do, apart from sending those foodstuffs, I want her to monitor, like you're saying, if possible, come with people, journalists, unannounced, with security agency. You see, the food stuff, they know where they pack it, and they make it a kind of party loyalist, and appoint some boys who work for them. Like last one, those people, they will flee some of the items through across the fence.
That fence is high, you.
Yeah, they will flee. Somebody will be there and catch it. Those who are meant to carry it to the flood, what they call NTP camp. They didn't pack it there. They pack it elsewhere. You know, and in short, it's a horrible thing. Like the last time we were on the radio, they arrested one honorable. They kept these things. Sometimes they use it as a palliative for the chamber. They kept it for themselves. The phone, the mattress. You want to tell me that last floor that this is the mattress are all gone. Now they have sent you one again about 200. They will not reach. Do not reach the party. The four victims. Those people are vulnerable. Some of them are children, women. You know, some of them cannot even talk for themselves. They cannot.
The camp that the displaced people stay, is it still that hall or that's on the close to the?
Yes.
That's the same place, and that place doesn't have. I don't think not everybody affected by the flood even goes to that place now.
Yes. So now, as the thing come now, it has become a kind of a palliative for party loyalists. You know, you see them collecting. You see people that are affected. No way. You know, I mean, my suggestion would have been that as this flood comes, we should do investigative journalism and then she go to the place where this thing is happening. Who owns this house? Who owns this farm? Give them with this thing. No, before they go to camp. If you carry journalism to the camp like that, you will not get to these people. Well, as you see the flood, you are seeing house. Who owns this house? The person will come out. Who owns this one? The person will come out. And then you give them that thing. The register themselves, give them that thing. So that the people that are in their house who are party loyalists or whatever will not take advantage of these things and then store in their house and they use it. And
all right, BOB.
They will give. You know, the way they're sharing these things is not good.
All right, thank you, BOB. Let's go to Ubimini. Ezekiel. Okay, we lost the call from Ezekiel. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007. Any of these numbers. Again, 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0003 and 0817-923-0002. Ezekiel is on the line from Ubimini. Good morning, Ezekiel.
Good morning, Ifiemi Andrew.
Go on.
Ifiemi, I think
people in Oyigbo. Sorry, Ezekiel. We would like to hear from people in Oyigbo as well. Let's know what's happening there too.
Ubimini is sharing boundary with Onega. Onega is also part of the flood area. We have swamp. We also perceive the flood, even if we are not focusing on the complaints of the flood. But especially I myself, I have concern for that. I don't know if you get me. So what I want to contribute is this. For us to have the committee that we show all working, I think the councillors of those communities should be held responsible to give account of their discharging of duties when they go to their various councils. Because a councillor is to give the report of his or her community problems. I don't know if you get me. So when we are talking about chairman, not every chairman will have the time to visit every nooks and crannies of his LGA.
I disagree on this one. For this on this flood issue, again, this particular flood issue that has been persistent. Everybody in the River State knows how flood issues is and the areas that have this flood every year. So a chairman cannot say that he will not know where and what. That means the office you came into, you were not prepared, because before coming into office, you know the problems in your council. You know the problems in the communities. That should be what formed your campaign. That should be what formed your manifesto. So why would you then come and say that you cannot? Then you were not prepared. That's what it means.
You see, we are talking about politicians here. Sometimes you always say it all. They are eager, serious and means to go to every community for their campaigns. But after that, you will not see them again.
So you have answered it now. Now you are the one saying it will not be possible for chairman to, but you have said they can go for campaign for election. So how come they cannot go when there's a problem to bring solution?
As the councillors are to report to them what they are facing in their community. But I will always be concerned on their flawed palliative, Mr. Ifiemi Andrew. If I may ask, does it mean that they prefer giving this 1 cup of beans and rice other than having a solution to put a stop of this their packing because it seems to be an annual
Ezekiel, that's the multi-dollar question. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, if people begin to say there are those that benefit from this and gain or eat from it, they might not be far from the truth. If we look at the typical Nigerian behavior, it is very possible that happens, that people benefit from these things. It is very possible, which is why I was asking, how many rice did you receive in the last flood period? How many did you share? How many remain? You cannot say you shared all. There are certain data that we need, questions that we need to begin to ask. Temple in Eche, good morning.
Good morning, sir. My name is Temple from Eche.
Go on, Temple.
There is something I want to say about concerning this flood issue. In Eche here, since I was born, I have not experienced anything flood, but something happened. 3 weeks back, I came across a bill from the Honorable representing the chair of the Boma Federal Constituency, where he raised it, something like that concerning flood control at Nihi in a tree. About
flood control.
100 million or so. He said,
you said flood control, a bill on flood control in where?
In a tree, Nihi in particular. That's the community at a tree called Nihi. But since I was born, that community have never ever.
So who is this? Who is this lawmaker, please?
Honorable Kelechi Nwogu. So I came across it. Then when I read it, I was laughing. So what I'm trying to say is that,
please, if you can, send the bill to us so we can verify it as well.
He said,
if you can, send the document you came across to us.
Okay, I will send it across to WhatsApp. So what I'm trying to say is that
Temple, unfortunately. So our WhatsApp number is 080903064116. I would also advise, I think for this, you can send to the newsroom number. Let me just give you that number so that you can send it to the newsroom. Temple, if you are listening to me still, please WhatsApp the newsroom 0808 721 7215. Again, 0808 721 7215. Let's see that document so we can verify it before any comments can be made on what you just said. Zion in GRA, good morning.
This flood issue in this our region is a business. They wish and they hope it comes annually. The question is, what gain do you have when your people suffer amidst this flood? The question I will also ask, the people being affected, do they even complain? And it's unfortunate that the kind of people we have in governance in this part of the world, they are not educated enough to understand the impact of the flood their land. Our land, the same issue which we are going through some years back, but they were educated enough to handle the issue. Sir, this flooding affects agriculture. This flooding affects our way of life. It affects our cultural practices. It affects even the positions of our boundaries.
All right, Mr. Zion, unfortunately, that's how much we can take from you. We have to interrupt you now. We're out of time already. A few seconds to a commercial. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Let's not forget, today is a Friday, and that means the one play mega draws will happen. If you have not started playing, start now. Just load simple 500 naira and dial *347 *880 star 6 hash. Again, star 347 star 880 star 6 hash. With just 500 naira, you can stand a chance of getting yourself good amount of money to jail your weekend. But remember, the more you play, the more your chances. Courtesy Nigeria Info, Wazobia, and Cool FM. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Stay tuned. Jude is coming in with Hello Port Harcourt. Good morning.